Hello, happy YouTubers down there and hibiscus lovers, Marceline here at CatchYourGreens.com. So if you guys love hibiscus and you want to see your hibiscus produces tons of blooms, here are my best tips. I'm sharing this with you in this video, so don't click away. Be right back. Alright, to make your hibiscus bloom, you will need to give them enough sunlight. This is tropical plants, so it requires at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sun. However, hibiscus cannot tolerate too hot. So if you guys live in hot temperate region, make sure you protect your plants, because basically hibiscus prefers full sun to partial shade. Tip number 2, watering. So water your plants, enough water, because watering helps the plant to stimulate flowering. And make sure that you don't overwater the plant. Overwatering is one of the cause of the plant's death. So make sure that it is well drained, and water twice in summer. Water in the morning and in the late afternoon. In the winter, you don't have to water as often because it is less active. In spring, you have to frequently watering the plants because it is in the active growth. Alright, so tip number 3, fertilization. Although plants have certain hormones like auxin and chitin that will help stimulate flowering, but if you want to increase the production of flowers, you need to boost your hibiscus. I have 2 fertilizers that I use here in my garden. I'm going to share this with you guys. So what I have here, I use this 2020. This is a water soluble. And I also use this. This is a boosting to make the flower, make your plants bloom and bigger flower. So there is a direction. You need to follow the direction in the bottle. It says that you need to add 1/2 teaspoon, 1/2 tablespoon of the nutrients. But I use that fertilizer maybe in the late summer or early summer. But in spring, you need to give a lot of this. This is 2020, it's a balanced nutrients, because spring is where the plant is very active. So you need to create a lot of chlorophyll production, so it can produce that sugar for the energy of the plants. So use this, and I have my gallon of water, so I already been fertilizing my plants. So in every 1 scoop or 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon of 20 per gallon of water. Now when you fertilizer again, fertilize in spring. So you use your 2020 in spring. You fertilize, this is a soluble, so you fertilize once in every 2 weeks, because soluble can easily wash out when you water the plants. So this is why you have to fertilize once every 2 weeks. Now after when the like in the middle of summer to fall, then you will introduce this fertilizer. In winter, you don't have to fertilize your plants. You want them to keep dormant, and then this fertilizer has 32, 28 32 phosphorus and 28 phosphate. You need that phosphate in order for the plants to go into a dormancy, and it is stronger when it's spring. It produces tons of blooms because you give that strong roots because of this. So this is to prepare your plants. Next tips that you need to increase your plants to create a lot of blooms is pruning. Now the benefits of pruning, it makes the plant root system grow bigger and also make stronger. It allows the plants to still divide, so by creating that new growth, and also it produces a lot of flowers, because once you cut the branch will stimulate because of that hormones, plant hormones, stimulate and creating a new cell division. So the new growth will produce another bud. Alright, so how to prune your plants is more of a personal preferences. How I prune might be different the way how you prune. So this is my hibiscus. So I heavily prune the plant because it's a little bit struggling. It's like struggling. So I cut them heavily. So as you can see, I cut this one here. So this branch will produce blooms. As you see, it's already flowering, and this one is also flowering. Now, to induce flowering, I remove some of the leaves because you don't want your hibiscus to create a lot of leaves. You need to limit the leaves production. You want that energy focus on flowering. So as you can see here in the middle, I remove all the branches here and also the branches that is crossing over. You want to clear the center so you have that air circulation, because if it is too much leaves or too much branches in the center, it creates humidity, and high humidity or high moisture, it creates fungus to grow in. So that is how I prune my hibiscus. So you guys can prune your hibiscus in different ways, and this is how I prune mine. So as I mentioned earlier, it is a personal preferences. Now let's talk about the fertilizer. I have mentioned this in my old videos when I fertilize my citrus. Now hibiscus prefers a slightly acidic soil like 6.5. It's almost like citrus. So before you fertilize your plants, make sure you check the pH first. That is very important. So to know your pH, you can use this tool, or I will link some of the tools in my video. Just check the link description for soil pH test. And this is a three-way. You can just move, you can identify how much the water or moisture level in the soil, and also how much sunlight and how much the pH. So this is the cool stuff. So you just insert here, but before you insert this probe, you need to water the plants first, because otherwise if it is too dry, you don't get that right amount. And hopefully this one is working. Well, it's not working. But anyhow, so that is how you test. 6.5, target 6.5 or 6.8. I like 6.8 because it is acceptable in all plants. So it's almost like a slightly in the alkaline side, but that is the best range if you are not really if you can target 6.5. all right, I hope this information helped you guys. So there are ways to increase the blooms by giving a good amount of fertilizer, and I introduced the 2020 and the other fertilizer. You can use that, and it is really helping your plants to create more flowers. As you can see, look at this hibiscus is already producing new buds. You can see that. And another thing that you might need is container. Mostly if you live in subtropical region, you are more likely to grow your hibiscus in the container, because this is tropical, it cannot tolerate cold. And if you grow in a container, restricting the size of the container will force the hibiscus to flower, a lot of flowers, because there is not enough room for the roots to grow. So instead of making the roots to grow, then it focuses that energy to create more flowers. However, the flowers of your hibiscus may be a little bit smaller, and if you want a bigger flower and healthy foliage and make it a little bigger, you might need to put them in a bigger container. I like 4 to 5 gallon container, because it gives the plants a good space, and it is a lot of room for the roots to grow. Now the bigger the container, the better the absorption. So that is the idea of growing hibiscus. But if you like a hibiscus flower smaller, then you can restrict your container. If you want a bigger flower, then provide a bigger container. As you can see, this is the hibiscus sunset orange, and I grow this plant in the bigger pot. Now, deeper container, I would say get a bigger container, but a little bit wider, not too deep. All right, and also it has to be breathable. And if you grow in a regular container, there is a tendency of root bound, and root bound restrict nutrients, and your plants would not be able to produce good uh, production of flower. Then you can create a hole, or you can buy container like
Hey,
hydro
Marcelina,
container.
you guys still sell that Azatec stuff? Man, that stuff is fantastic. Did you tell your subscribers about that?
No.
OMG.
So he mentioned the Azatec, guys. I have this one, this Azatec. I always use Azatec, and when you take care of your citrus, no, not citrus, hibiscus. Hibiscus is very sensitive to neem, and if you use Azatec, use this Azatec to spray your hibiscus, and it doesn't uh, get a negative response to the leaves. So it is a friendly chemicals.
And also, your aphids love the flower tips. They will swarm the flower tips. You hit it with the Azatec, and the next morning you can come out, every one of them is dead and gone.
I even use Azatec Plus like in the afternoon,
Yeah.
and it's a little bit. There is still
You
a
don't even have to
response, but-
spray the whole plant, just the flower tips, because that's where all the attacks are coming from. The invasions are coming on the flower tips, you know, the
yeah.
buds.
So you can try this, guys. This is Azatec. I will link this product below this video, and use that in your hibiscus. Don't use the neem. Use the Azatec, because this is really very friendly chemicals, and it is not just killing aphids, but it kills almost 200 pests.
200.
More than 200 pests that kills this one. And I even what do you call is that?
What's that?
There is like a slug, but it's not a slug. It crawls. Pill bug. Pill bug. Pill bug. You do want
Yeah,
that?
pill bugs are,
Yeah, like a bug, but it crawls.
those are more for around the soil, though.
Yeah, they are not really
Millibug.
distracting. It's not a millibug. It is a pill bug. You know that there is a video of John Kohler how to capture all those pill bugs. You have
Yeah,
to.
he puts a piece of
Yeah, he
watermelon
put
on
a
the ground.
watermelon on the ground, and then it attracts all those bugs. And they're just annoying. They only eat
Millipede.
dead matter. And if you have a lot of dead matter, it may injure the roots of the plants. So I tried spraying with Azatec. I don't know if it was dead because it stays curl for a few minutes, and I did not bother clipping it. Probably it was dead. So again, try Azatec, guys, and this is awesome. And it is not. It is a natural natural pesticide or fungicide. So I use this a lot. I use it in my citrus, like almost plants. I use this, and this again, this is very sensitive to neem. So instead of using neem, use this Azatec. So this is for now, guys, and hopefully this information helped you. And if you have any questions, write the comments
like
below.
button.
And if you enjoy the video, give super like. All right. So this is for now. Time to wrap up. Marcelina here at cashewgreens.com. See you next time. Peace out. So what are you doing down there?
Building number 3-2.
Oh my gosh.
Come here,
So
check it out.
follow my gardening, guys, because next week Greg 7 is building this awesome
Vertical.
gardening.
Vertical wiki system.
It's a vertical wiki system. So we are more in advanced gardening, guys. So this is a great channel to get some ideas. So if you guys like gardening and you want to improve your gardening method, so join us. So
My niece Angeline came up for dinner the other night, and she asked me, she says, Uncle Greg, do you lay in bed at night thinking about all these new gardening ideas? I said, Not really. I sit out here on my deck with a cup of coffee and think, wow, we've used up all the space. The only way to grow now is to grow up. So now I'm building the vertical wiki system. And this is 3 tiers high, and it's going to be really cool, I think.
It's a beautiful.
I got 2 out of the
gardening.
3 of them done. They're holding their water tight. The water runs beautifully, and the last one is just to hook up tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm excited to share that gardening method, guys. So let's see how Greg is going to finish this project, and I will share that with you. So bye, guys.